Hello and welcome back to my FreeSO Alpha update video series, I guess is what I'll call these. This is Dist number 213, the latest Dist. It just came out today. And one of the changes that I noticed in the notes was that it said there is a lighting fix added in. So I was really hoping to see some kind of change, hopefully in the shifting from day to night and night to day. If not, that's okay, because that lighting fix it's pretty vague, like it could mean anything. And who knows? There are several other fixes that have been implemented since the last time I made a video was 202, but a lot of them are pretty minor. Some of them aren't even anything that I would have noticed because I mostly build in this game currently because it's not quite social just yet, not for me anyway. But I will be exploring around a couple things and hoping to see some changes. Right off the bat, I notice this no longer says Queen Marguerite, I think it was. It now says house underscore 00.xml-1, which is the name that it is given right here. And I think that the -1, yeah, Queen Marguerite, oh look, it still says that out here. The -1, I believe, is stating how many people are here, which is obviously just me, if I remember correctly, which it's been so long since I've played the actual game. I don't really remember if it showed the amount of players at the top or not. But that's looking to me like that's probably what it means. But anyway, okay, so it did say there was a fridge fix, so I'm just going to have my sim make something while I yammer on just a little bit more. One thing I know I need to do, something I told myself I was going to do last time but never did, was fix this. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to save house. Otherwise the save won't, or the fix won't save. Let's have her make a meal, a group meal, and test her as far as eating it. Okay, so a few things that I had wanted to talk about in my last video, but I think I either forgot or just didn't have enough time. I wanted to talk a little bit about object limit. Now, in the game, when it was live, each house had an object limit as far as how many objects you could actually put in your house. It even had a build mode limit, like as far as how many trees, bushes, and everything that you could throw down. And it was really easy, particularly once you got your house size to the biggest lot like this one, to hit your object limit. And you couldn't implement all the elements that you wanted in your house. And this was mostly due to the fact that EA or Maxis or whoever was in charge of it at the time didn't want people with lower end PCs or laptops to have troubles with lag or loading the game or anything like that. So I think that's really just to kind of make it more even keeled for everybody. There was an object limit. So I'm wondering if object limit is something that is going to be implemented this time around, if it's even necessary. Computers are much more advanced now than they were before, so I don't know if it's going to be necessary. I can definitely tell that so far there is no object limit. There's no way I would have been able to get all of these, everything that I have in this house, in the game, the way that it was previously. Like there'd be no way. So it kind of makes me sad to think that there would be another object limit once the game goes live, and then I couldn't have my house the way I wanted it now that I've made it. So that's just something I'm kind of wondering. I might bring it up on the forums as something to talk about. I don't know. Just something to think about a little bit. One other thing that I think is definitely worth talking about for when the game does eventually go live is the economy. For all of us that did play the original game, we know that the economy went to crap, basically. And payouts became a normal thing as certain simmers ended up with tons and tons and tons of money. And if they got low, then they could just easily purchase money off of eBay from simoleon sellers. And that just became the norm. When I had a house, a money house just like this, excuse me, I had to do payouts if I wanted to be competitive. I think I had enough money saved up to last one day's worth of payouts. Like, that is how insane it is. My house was fully functional for one day with just what I could earn from other people's payouts. So it wasn't a very, oh, listen to that. That sounds like a bug. That's good. Okay. Let's get away from that noise. Okay, so I was talking about, yeah, it wasn't anything that I could self-sustain. And I was running the house basically on my own. If I had had roommates that was more willing to contribute to payouts, maybe it would have been easier. I don't know, but for me, I could not sustain my house on payouts whatsoever. So I'm really hoping that we as a community who go back into this game, we do not resort to payouts again in any way, shape, or form. But that's just me. I don't know how return players are going to feel because payouts did become kind of a huge part of the culture in the game. And I get it, you know, it's such a much easier way to make money, but it's really hard on homeowners, particularly if they don't have enough and they want to run a money house like me. I just couldn't sustain it. I don't know how the people that sustained it was able to pull it off. Like, I just don't get it. They had to have been purchasing or had multiple accounts. They probably had multiple accounts running in different money houses getting payouts. Well, I just had like a light bulb go off in my head. Wow. I feel kind of stupid. That's why there was so many AFK people at money houses, because it was all the same sim. All the same person, I guess I should say, with multiple sims. Okay, there's no blur on that. Yeah. That would make sense. That one person would be reaping a lot of benefits from payouts in one house, and turning around and using it for their house. I really hope it doesn't resort to that again. I hate payouts. I guess if anything, I could make not a money, but a skills house, then I wouldn't have to worry about that crap. Oh, that grunting noise. Okay, so we see the yellow coming in. It's now 7. You know, I don't think this is the lighting fix they were talking about, or he was talking about. It's still really yellow, or maybe it has been fixed to a certain degree, and I'm just not happy with the results. I don't know, me being picky. Sorry, that was my timer going off telling me the bread in the oven should be done. But I'll give it a few more minutes because I set the timer a little bit early. Okay, so as you can hear, noises are repeating. I think you can hear that. I can hear it perfectly well. But at least we got a fire, right? Let's try the chat. Look, speech bubbles. It looks perfect. Let's see, so Control H, I think is chat history. Or is it Shift H? Oh no, there was a fix for this. I saw it in the notes. Chat history with Control H fixes. Ah, look at that. Okay, I'm sure that noise is starting to get on everybody's nerves. So let's just move away. Okay, so by 9, the hue is gone in its nighttime phase. But I don't see any changes in the lighting as far as outside, like shadows or illumination on the ground. So I'm not exactly sure what lighting fix is the patch notes was referring to, but I'm sure something was implemented somewhere that I'm just not seeing. Well, I think that's all I got this time. Well, thanks for sticking with me this long. I am pretty excited about the way things are working out here. I love that I can chat with myself, I guess. But just seeing those chat bubbles, that brings me back. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time.